Greetings and salutations. Eleven, will you look at that? Okay. Hey. I forgot to pick up the microphone. You guys, my birthday's on Halloween, and I spent the entire week previous to my birthday combing out my dreads. 6 to 8 hours a day. 2 of us combed out my dreads for a week solid, and this is the result. I had them for almost 8 years. And I do this a lot. I've done this my whole life. Like, you know, I'll have dreads for years, and then I need a change or something, and I'll shave my head, I'll cut them off, I'll brush them out. Actually, this is my first time brushing them out because I didn't even know you could fucking do that. I would just shave my head or cut them real short and then combed out the little bits, you know. But then, you know, I might do this for a couple years, and then I might fucking dread my hair again. This has been a recurring theme my entire life, but yes, the dreads are gone. I lost a lot of length on my hair. It was like down to the top of my butt, and now it's like a little bit past my shoulder blades. Like in the back, like, I don't know, like the middle of my back. But I lost about 22 pounds. That's how much my hair weighed. And I was getting a lot of headaches from the weight, and it was hard to carry, and like I was getting kinks in my neck and just aches in my shoulders and shit all the time from carrying all that weight. And I wanted to try to comb them out rather than just chop them off, because my hair was really long and I wanted to try and hang on to that length. And that's actually, it's really, like, I'm surprised like how fucking healthy my fucking hair, all my gray is underneath. Oh. I got like rogue stripes going on, like 2 big blotches of gray on each side, but it's on the underneath, so if I want to show it, I can. If I don't, then, you know, whatever. But anyway, I wanted to start my birthday, like New Year, I know it's cliche, new me, whatever. I needed something. I needed to get rid of all that old shit that I've been carrying around for a long fucking time. Like, I needed it gone, so this feels much better right now. So anyway, anybody that was like, holy fuck, this can't be the same person, it is. Just the dreads are fucking gone. So, anyone that's new here, has never attended a live before, this is not readings, this is not free readings. I do not do that. There's 500 million fuck-offs on this app that do that shit. This is educational content. This is helping you, answering questions you might have regarding witchcraft, folk magic, conjure, root work, like any of this stuff, any kind of things, questions you might have about anything. And I'll say right now, I do not claim to have, you know, all the information or the one true correct knowledge of anything, but I do have a lot of experience, and I do this to help you guys. So that's what this is. This is not free readings. Does anybody have any questions? How do you know your magic is working? You look for movement. Why is my shit lagging all of a sudden? Are you going to settle down and not lag? Apparently not. Why is it lagging? It's switching connection. Hold on. Is it not lagging now? That's a little better. Kind of a bit of a lag. Okay, it's better than it was. Okay, how do you know your magic is working? You look for movement towards the issue or goal that you set when you did your magic. So let's say you did money work. Do not expect to win the lottery. Do not expect money to just fall in your fucking lap. But you might look for movement towards that direction, meaning maybe someone that owed you money, even if it wasn't a lot of money, maybe they're going to come around and pay you back. If you have some kind of craft or something where you sell products or you sell things, maybe your sales will pick up a little bit. But it's going to be small movements majority of the time. You need to look for movements in that direction. People that are doing like relationship work, love work, you're going to look for a text, a phone call, an invitation to lunch, or movements in the direction. When you see these little movements, you know it's working and it's going to get there. Hold on, that's a little loud. That last song wasn't loud, but this one's fucking loud for some reason. Okay, that's a little better. TikTok says to encourage my viewers to share my live and invite your friends. Oh, without a specific question, can you just give a random message? The random message I just heard is be careful what you fucking ask for. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it fits anything you're going through. But that was the first thing that I heard. You love my tattoo. Which one? This one? Yeah, I like this one too. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be this way. Like, these horns are supposed to go straight across and like wrap around. But my artist said this fit with my frame better because I have like broad shoulders. So he did it this way, like a necklace, which isn't really what I was going for, but I still like it. There's only... I can never see how many fucking people are in this thing ever. At least on YouTube they tell you how many people are in there. Late Sunday night, I came on at exactly 11:11, if you can believe that. I didn't do it on fucking purpose. I don't know how many people I'm going to get on here. Turned out great for me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I like it a lot. Did that help you? What I said? I don't know. That's what I heard. A random popo in my head. That's actually been kind of a theme this week. You really need to be careful what you ask for. First time here? Well, I am here to help you. I'm here for you. I do this because I'm supposed to fucking help people. That is a charge from my spirit. So I do this for you guys to fulfill what I'm supposed to be fucking doing, which is helping people. This is one way I help people. I don't get to do it very often because I am extremely fucking busy. This is the first live I've done in probably over 2 months. Like, I don't have time to do these very often. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of my time. You have a treasure trove of knowledge sitting in front of you. Take advantage of it. Does witchcraft work faster, better if I use material? I mean, it's always good to use something material to back up the work that you're trying to do. I personally would never do any kind of work without something. Like, I wouldn't just sit there and go, ooh, like wave my hand and be like, poof, like no. Work is called work for a reason. You need to do work and put work into it. Yes, I believe it does work better if you use something. That something can vary. It can be a candle, it can be herbs, it can be incense, it can be dirt, it can be waters, it can be whatever, just something. You need something to back up your shit. Like, a lot of times I'll go to my spirits and I'll be like, I need extra protection right now or something, and they'll be like, well, we can do something, but you need to back the shit up with this kind of shit. I'm like, okay, so I need to do shit while they're doing shit. So you usually always got to back your shit up with something. Can you tell me what exactly it is you do on your lives? Like, yes, you ask questions, but this is not readings. This is not readings. This is educational content to help you on your path of witchcraft or folk magic or whatever you have questions about regarding those things. But it's not readings, it's not psychic medium, it's not tarot, it's not none of that shit. This is schooling. It's teaching, it's learning. That's what this is. What herbs should we always have on hand? That depends on... A lot of people have their specialties on what, they're really good at. And they have other stuff that they do often. So it kind of depends on, the person. My favorite herbs for the stuff I do would probably be different than, someone else's favorite herbs that does different stuff that I do or works differently than I do. What's your forte? What do you do a lot of? Do you do a lot of money work? Do you do a lot of protection? Do you need to do a lot of cleansing? What do you do a lot of? And I can give you a list of herbs that would be great for that. Just to have on hand. I do a lot of shit, so I got a massive amounts of herbs all the time. I do a lot of work for me. I do a lot of work for clients. I do a lot. Does it mean something out of the normal if we feel like connection to animals? Not really. A lot of people who are on this kind of path or are nature based a lot, and animals come along with that. They're really part of nature and natural, and you do a lot of protection. Okay, so for protection herbs to have on hand, I would have annatto seeds, I would have poke root, I would have nettles, I would have salt, of course, brick dust, arnica, I'm just off the top of my head, things that would be great. Pepper, things that are hot, like red pepper flakes, cayenne pepper, black pepper. Pepper is really good for hot shit. Anything hot is really great for protection. I think I just gave you a pretty good list. Also, it's kind of like what you're protecting from, because there's if you're doing protection against magical attack or against physical, danger or something, those would be different. So magical attack, I use Al Magico, I use Ruta, Hyssop, Brujo. There's all kinds of magical, physical. There's also protection for travel. For that I would use comfrey root. Is excellent for travel. Comfrey leaf too, but the root's really better. Negative energy and night terrors. As of recently, what herbs would be best for cleansing the home? Okay, so room negative shit. Again, you're gonna go with hot shit. I would actually recommend making a floor wash or buying it from me. I make a great remove negativity floor wash. Ammonia, lemon, hot peppers. Let me think. Rue, hyssop, Rue hyssop always go together. Bread and butter. Always remember that. Rue and hyssop are like, they love each other. They're great together. Yeah, anything hot. Borax is great. Cresolina. Pull that shit out. Yeah, that's a pretty good list. So, have you ever looked at my channel? If you go down my channel, I've done a video on a trap. It's a like negative energy, negative witchcraft, negative spirit kind of trap in a glass. I would keep one of those on my nightstand. I do. I always have one on my nightstand. I always have one by my front door, and see if that helps with your nightmares. It should kind of trap and catch all that shit. If it's not stopping, you're going to go with something like an egg. Get a white bowl, put some water in it, and put an egg and put it under your bed where you sleep, and change it out every morning. Don't break that egg. Take it off your property and either bury it, throw it in a river, just lay it in the woods somewhere, but get rid of it off your property. Do not fucking break it. That should help tremendously with nightmares and stuff. I also make dream pillows, which are great for keeping nightmares away, but I only make them once a year, and I already made this year's batch. So if you follow me on my Facebook page, I usually announce when the dream pillows are coming, and they sell out really fucking fast. Like, usually the day I put them up, they're sold out. Like, they're gone for the year. I only make them once a year. But if you follow my Facebook page, I will always announce on there when the dream pillows are coming, and y'all can get your pre-orders in for the dream pillows, because I am doing the pre-orders now for those because they sell out so quick. I can only make them once a year around spring, summer-ish when the herbs are available. So yeah, that would help tremendously. They're great for nightmares, protection, communication, even with your ancestors and spirits in your dreams, all kinds of shit. They're great. They sell out quick. People love them. You tried saging? Yeah, sage is shit. Sage doesn't do anything. Do your classic pizza joke? I think you got me confused with somebody else, honey. I don't have a classic pizza joke. Not that I know of. I have not checked out your channel, but definitely will now. Thank you. Yeah, to scroll down, it's going to be like at the close to the bottom of the channel that has how to make that glass trap. Always keep that on your nightstand. Always. Mandrake, I mean, it works for protection. I just think there's better things that work better. So me getting frustrated and yelling at the negative energy isn't the answer. Usually not. Unless you're backing that shit up. Like if you tell someone to get out of your house, but like you don't really mean it, and you're still kind of like cooking them dinner or something. Like, that's what yelling does. Like, you guys just had a fight, but they're not leaving. They're not going anywhere. You have to back it up and run them out. Camphor for cleansing the negative shit out of your house. No sage, burn camphor. Everything runs from camphor, living and dead. Like, nothing will remain. Just make sure you open your doors, windows, all that shit, so it's not bouncing around your house like a ping pong. What should be in my Book of Shadows? I mean, what's in mine is formulas for the oils that I make, for the powders that I make, for the colognes and waters that I make, for certain types of work that I do and things I put together. That's in there. And then the whole back section of my book is dedicated to herbs. Like, I have a page for every kind of situation you could imagine, and then I list the herbs that are good for that situation, So like there's a page for money. So I put any herb that I've used that works good for money on that page. Like, that's what's in mine. I don't know. I don't know what y'all want to do, but that's the way I do it. I did, because I'm really bad at I'm actually really bad at writing shit down. Fuck. Like, I don't know, some shit that, you know, I write down when I get it there, or you know, I'll just have like a piece of scrap paper, and I'll just write shit down as I'm getting it, or hearing it, or doing it, and then I'll lose the scrap of paper and never put it in my book, and that's if I even remember to write the shit down. But that's actually really bad. Like, you guys should write shit down. Don't do what I do. Write your shit down. If something works really fucking good, then you're gonna want to remember what you did, what you used, how you did it, when you did it, you know, everything, and so you can repeat it. And if something didn't work, then you can go back over, you know, what you did and try to figure out what didn't work, or, you know, what was clashing, what wasn't right, what went wrong. Write shit down. Don't be like me. Do as I say and not as I do. I'm terrible at writing shit down. I used to be really good at it, but not so much anymore. I just kind of go with the flow and just do what the fuck ever. Does anybody... Yeah, no sage. Sage. Majority of, you know, spirits or whatever laugh at your sage. They don't give a fuck. Is it good to keep track of spells, or is it good to not think about it? I'm of the old school. Like, you do something and that's it. You don't, you know, don't obsess on it. You don't fucking keep redoing it. You put it out, you did it, and you let it the fuck go and forget about it. Especially I do that with clients. You know, I'll do my client work and I'll you know, let them know their work's done, and I'll forget all about it, and then, you know, sometimes 6 months, 8 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever later, they'll come back to me and be like, remember that work you did? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh my God, this happened and that happened, and I forgot all about it. I'm of that school. You put it out, it's done. Drop it, it's over. You did it, move on. The only time I revisit something is if a client comes back and says something else happened, or there was an unexpected occurrence, because magic is unpredictable a lot of times, especially if you're working with spirits. I'll revisit it maybe and see if there's something else we can do, or something else we can do to add to it, or something like that. But most of the time, I don't need to do that, and we just forget about it. It's done. In fact, I've had, you know, majority of my clients come back to me and tell me shit's working and it's not even complete. Especially light settings and stuff. I'll be putting it together, and I'll get an email and be like, oh my God, like, my health is so much better, and I'm like, I didn't even finish this yet. Like, okay. That's good. Yeah, it's good not to think about it. Good not to think about it. I got a hair stuck in here. Not having dreads is so weird. I get a lot of taps on my head now that I never noticed before, because my hair was so thick I didn't feel it. Now things like fucking with my head, and I'm like, what is this tapping my head? Dr. Feelgood is a top viewer. All right. Oh, thank you for the worsty, Dr. Phil, worsty. Wide-eye worsty at that. Sweet, I'm hungry too. Y'all gonna make me go make something to eat. Does anybody have any more questions? Use my time. I'm offering it to you freely. This is my offering. Has anybody been on my channel before or seen my videos before that's here? Like, what do you think? Good without the dreads? Worse without the dreads? Like, are we liking this? I'm still not sure about it, but I know the weight's off my head, so that, I like that. I haven't had a headache. I feel good. You're new, your name's Anne. Anything for you? Well, you need to ask a question. This is not readings. This is not readings. This is not mediumship. This is not psychic shit. This is not divination. This is learning. Learning, teaching, educational content. So you have to have a question, and I will do my very best to answer it to the best of my ability. As I said, I do not claim to have the absolute correct knowledge of anything. I just have a lot of fucking experience, that's all. How can you practice with your gift? What's your gift? Like, there's a lot of different gifts. So which one is yours? Maybe I can help you there. I had a topic. Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier. While y'all are thinking of your questions, I was talking about what I heard of be careful what you ask for whoever that was earlier. And I'm terrible with names, you guys, so if I don't know your name, whatever, don't hold it against me. I'm bad at names. A lot of people don't understand, and there's a reason why there's a saying, be careful what you ask for, you might just get it. The majority of people don't actually know what they want. If they do know what they want, they don't know how to ask for it correctly. And not asking for it correctly, this is where I always say, especially when the questions are coming, y'all need to learn to be specific. Be very specific when you're asking me questions. Be very specific when you're doing work and doing petitions. You need to be extremely specific. Because if you don't know what to ask for, or you don't know how to ask correctly, shit can go off the wire. Especially when it comes to changes. Changes are good. Everybody should change. Everybody should be constantly changing, moving, growing, learning, expanding. Everybody should be doing that. You don't want to be stale. You don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to be stuck in a one place. And what happens when we're comfortable, okay, when we're comfortable in our lives and our surroundings and our routines and everything like that, when we're comfortable, that's exactly what happens. We become stagnant. We don't learn. We don't grow. We don't transform. We don't expand. We don't do any of this shit because we're comfortable. We're chilling. We're cool where we're at. So when we start asking for changes in things, what Spirit will do is make you uncomfortable. Because when we're uncomfortable, that's when we move. That's when we, start working and changing things when we're uncomfortable. So we're asking for things like that. No. And this is all coming from a client I had last week. Know that transformation is almost always destructive at the first jump. Transformation must always be destructive because it needs to make you uncomfortable. It needs to destroy everything around you and clear it away to make room for the new thing. To make changes and arrangements for the new thing. The old stuff has to be destroyed and go away. So always be very aware of that. Be very specific in what you ask for with your petitions and know what you want and how to ask for it and what to not ask for. Best advice I can give some of y'all. I'm giving y'all some gems. Okay. Let me scroll up. I'm trying to not pay attention to it, but I can see people's energy sometimes, and I can feel them. Okay. And you want to know how to practice with that? Well, first off, you'd have to pay attention. Don't ignore it. Don't not pay attention. If you have those abilities, then you can help people, which is what a lot of us are meant to do that walk this fucking path and have gifts and everything like that. We're supposed to use them for the betterment of our community and to fucking help people, not fight witch wars and do all this dumb shit that other people are fucking doing. But the first thing I would say is pay attention to it. Start learning it. Start writing things down, as I said earlier, because you'll see correlations in things. Like, I don't know how you sense energy or feel energy, or feel people's energy and this and that, but maybe you can sense when someone is sick or something like that, and maybe you could, be like, hey, maybe you should go get a checkup at the doctor, or, without being too fucking specific, just be like, hey, go get a checkup. It's been a while, like, you can maybe help people in that way. Like, I'm just off the wall, like, throwing some things out there, like, examples of the way you could use a gift like that, but pay attention to it. Write things down, and you'll start learning what feelings mean certain things. It's like, if you start feeling anxiety, that could mean something specific. If you start, if your ears start ringing, that can mean something else specific. So start paying attention to it and start correlating when something you're feeling or hearing or seeing or smelling or whatever you're sensing is happening. Pay attention to what's going on at that time, and you can start having correlations, and then it'll start like making sense, and you can start building and working on that and what things mean and what they're about. Then you can help people. I keep seeing heads pop around door frames at the top. How do you get rid of this? So that's it. Like, you just see, I'm assuming shadows, because that's what I just saw a picture of. It's not doing anything. You don't know who it is, first off. Like, just because you're seeing something doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It could be your spirits, your court, your ancestors, your guardians, or it could be some straggler. It could be something bad. It could be any of those things. But it doesn't mean it's a bad thing if you're just seeing something probably out of the corner of your eye. Figure out what it is, and then figure out if you want to get rid of it or not. But just seeing things like that isn't necessarily a bad thing. You don't like change. Well, I think it's anybody that's on this kind of path needs to change a lot. Need to constantly be moving, walking, growing the path. Should I continue trying in this relationship or keep it moving? So, like, again, that's like a reading kind of thing, and that's not what we're doing here. And will you have a baby? Again, this is not readings. That is not what I do on TikTok. Listen, there's 5 million, schmucks out there doing free readings and shit on TikTok. That's not what I do. Now what I do, I help people. And by the way, if y'all see people on this app that have, this aggravates me so bad, that have the like magnetic pendulum on like a board and they just let it fling and let it just magnetically go where it's going to go, don't, just don't. just don't. That is the biggest load of caca I've ever seen in my life. That's just terrible. And the book I seen the ones with the, I don't know what it's called, answer book or something. And someone asks a question, they just open a page in the fucking book and that's your answer. No. That's not readings. That's not divination. That's entertainment. That's bullshit. Don't even bother with that shit. Discernment is extremely important if you're walking this kind of path, and it's not something that can be taught, and it's not something that's learned, in a couple months. Discernment takes a long time to understand everything, and discern if something is bad or something is good, or who is speaking about what, and what energies are in your area, and what spirits are around. And that's all discernment. Some of it can go with divination too. You get a good divination system. But a lot of it's discernment. Like I was talking earlier with the feelings, complete discernment. That's why I'm saying you need to stop ignoring these things and pay heightened attention to them. Because this is how we develop discernment on what things mean, what they are, what they mean for us. Because just because my ears ringing means something to me, it can mean something completely different for somebody else. It could be a different energy for somebody else that makes their ears ring. So everybody has to have their own discernment, and it's not something that can be taught or learned or anything like that. It's only learned by experience and paying attention to things. So that's extremely important. Then you got the people who like, I'm working with the Fae, and they really got this evil demon over here because they don't have any discernment. You stay out of situations like that. I'm gonna have to get up and get a drink here shortly. Creeps me out. Your hubby has health problems. Don't get creeped out. Unless bad shit is happening. And by bad shit, I don't mean seeing something. I mean bad shit. If somebody's health is declining, if you're getting sick all the time, if you're depressed, if you're having anxiety, bad shit, if shit's breaking, if you're having really bad luck, cars breaking, bad shit. Real bad shit. Actual bad shit. Not ooh, that's creepy bad shit. That's when you know something malicious is around. If you start having a string of misfortune and things happening, something's going on. Where am I from? I am from the Appalachian Trail on the Blue Mountain in Pennsylvania, but I currently reside in Mississippi. We bought a house down here. Now, I was born and raised on the Appalachian Trail, up in the mountain. Is it bad if I do spells for myself? Absolutely not. No. It's good to do spells for you. We are our own guinea pigs. And trust me, if I'm trying some shit out, I'm going to try it out on me before I, do the work for a client or something else, so I can kind of know what's going to happen and what to expect, or, nothing's going to blow up or blow back on somebody. Yes. Do work for yourself all the time. All the time. That's how we perfect. PA as well as Appalachian is beautiful. Yes, it is. I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday. Because our trees are still green down here in Mississippi. And they keep saying it's fall. And I'm like, where? In Pennsylvania, you got all the fucking colors and everything, it's beautiful. No, down here, we have green and then we have dead. And they're it doesn't change colors. We don't get the colors down here. They were talking, who was it? I don't know. They're doing some kind of fall special on our local news. And then this guy, he was like, we'll travel through here and see this fall foliage. And he's showing colors, and I'm like, where? There's no There's green and there's brown. Like, it's green and dead. Like, we don't get all the colors down here. But Mississippi's beautiful in its own way. Just don't get the colors. It's not like that. Nothing beats the fall in the mountains, I'll tell you that. Trees are dying, but it's 75 degrees wet. I'm telling you, we've been in the 80s, like, and it's almost the middle of November. I mean, it's usually, it's warm down here, but by Halloween, we usually gotta be starting up the wood stove. We gotta be shutting the windows, but not this year. It's wide open. It's still in the 80s. Humid as fuck. In Los Angeles, you're just a little chilly. Shouldn't be chilly out there. How am I? I'm good. Tattoo on the chest looks so familiar. It shouldn't look familiar. But that was kind of my design. In fact, I was changing it as he was doing it. Because, like, the arrows was not originally part of the design. And he was, like, doing it. I'm like, you know what? Let's add some arrows. But I don't know. My design. Some of mine I design. Some of them I kind of get a different design and then I work on it. Or my artist will change it up somehow and kind of make it unique. Not the arrow, you mean the skull? Yeah, this. Yeah, it has arrows on it. This wasn't part of my original design. Like, these arrows were added as he was doing the tattoo. Like I said, it was supposed to, these antlers were supposed to go straight across and kind of wrap around, like, on my shoulders like this. But I have really broad shoulders, and my artist was like, no, that will accentuate your broad shoulders. So he did it more like a necklace instead of drawing attention to my broad shoulders. I'm not fat, I'm big bone. No. I'm terrible. How are you? Hope you okay. What country is the flag? What country is it? I don't know. I'm not a flag expert. What country is that? I was close. I said Britain. British. I was close. I thought y'all's flag was red, white, and blue, and it had like the like X like on it or something. I don't know. That's what I thought. I swear. My husband lived in London for about 6 years. Back in like the late 80s, early 90s. I've never been. I would love to go. Never been. The George flag, Stockport. Okay. I don't know y'all's flags. I'm not familiar with y'all's politics on the other side of the pond. They're probably thinking, damn America, right? They're going, these are some uneducated motherfuckers. I'm telling you, they don't teach us that shit unless you go to college. Like in school, high school, shit like that. They don't, and I didn't go to college. I had better things to do. But they don't teach us, like, we learn a little bit about geography in other countries and, like, shit like that, but they don't, like, teach us the flags of, like, all the other countries. You're British, you have no idea what sweet tea is? It's just tea with sugar. I mean, especially if you're in the South. If you're in the South, we got called Southern sweet tea. And y'all know what that is. That's like tea with like a pound of sugar in it. That's Southern tea and give you diabetes. That's Southern sweet tea. Oh, Lord. I had a guest over for dinner last week, and my tea, I get unsweet because I don't like all that sugar, and I like to, because it's always too sweet for me down here in the South. So like, I get it unsweet, no sugar, and then I put my own sugar in it. So I'm controlling how much sugar I get and how sweet it is. I had this fella come over last week as a guest for dinner, and I was offering drinks. And I'm like, we got root beer, we got Kool-Aid, we got tea. He's like, let me get some tea. And I was like, it's unsweet. He's like, let me get some root beer. Yeah, they like that sugar. They like the sugar down here. Sweet tea is just tea with extra sugar. Yeah. I mean, sweet tea is tea with sugar. That's sweet tea. Southern sweet tea is tea with mounds of sugar. You got different sweet teas in different parts of the country. Everybody's sweet tea different. In the South, it's really fucking sweet. Like a mound of sugar in your tea. Yeah, sweet tea is just tea with sugar. Now you got tea cooler. Tea cooler is tea with lemonade mixed together, tea and lemonade mixed together, and that makes tea cooler, which is also kind of sweet. Is it bad to praise nothing? I mean, that's a good question. That's going to depend on you, on your beliefs, on your path. My personal opinion is, I would say, if anything, if you give praise to anything, you give praise to your ancestors. That would be the most important thing. Whether you're an atheist or you believe in a god, goddesses, gods, and you don't feel like you believe in anything, your ancestors are real. Your ancestors existed, and without them, you wouldn't fucking be here. So if you give praise for anything, just like you would kind of thank your parents for giving you life. Kind of the same premise. If you don't give praise to anything, I would give praise to your ancestors. Beyond that, whatever the fuck you believe. Whatever you believe in, whatever you have faith in, or you have no faith at all. The ancestors, number one. Literally a pound of sugar, not even an overstatement. I'm telling you. That the Southern sweet tea is like, damn. Like, it's really fucking sweet. Love me some hibiscus and cinnamon tea. My favorite, if it's not iced tea, Sleepy Time. Celestial Season Sleepy Time tea. I love Sleepy Time tea. It's like chamomile and spearmint, and I don't know what the fuck all else is in there, but that's like the bomb. That's my favorite tea for hot tea. If it's iced tea, it's Milo's. Milo's unsweet. Now everybody in the South thinks I'm crazy because I don't drink sweet tea. Tea and coffee, black, no milk, no sugar. That's the way my grandma always did it. Black. Hey, no, we're not going to have people joining my lives. Sorry. We call tea and lemonade and Arnold Palmer. We just call it tea cooler. You can buy it at the store. It's called tea cooler. Like, you can get it in a gallon like other tea. It's just called tea cooler. Show your tattoos. I can't show them all. Lord, hold on. Okay. So, got that one. It's hard to get an angle. This one. Oh, wait, she's upside down. Oh my god, you guys are making me a fucking contortionist. I can't contort my arms that way. This one ain't done. Oh Lord. Is that see, now you can't hear me. That's my Ganga. And that's Sam from Trick or Treat. And then we got Donnie Darko. And this is a Dekanga down here. And this is going to be Donnie Darko, Frank. But that's still being worked on. I got this one. I have an entire back piece, which I am not showing. Not taking my clothes off on a live. Sorry, boys. Yeah, I have a entire back piece too. But that's the ones I can get to. Oh wait, I got this one too. Oh wait, I got this one. Hold on. I got one. Oh, I don't even know if you can be able to see it. I don't know. Can you see that? Because I can't see the fuck I'm doing. Anyway. Yeah. I got my whole back of my neck done. And everything else. I don't know if you saw it or not. If you didn't, tough. Scrolling back. Hold on. You got me. They got me in this mess. Who got you in a mess? Arnold Palmer was a Southern golfer who enjoyed the mixture. Oh, we just call it tea cooler. I've been tea cooler. I don't know. So, say you ask for tea in America. If you ask for tea, does it come with no sugar? If you're ordering at a restaurant, they'll probably ask you if you want sweet tea or unsweet tea. If you're ordering iced tea, now if you're ordering hot tea, they're usually going to bring you a tiny little teapot and a cup and a tea bag of Lipton's and maybe some sugar and some lemon with the pot, and then you just make it like however you want it. Most places are going to ask you if you want sweet or unsweet, because people got like diabetes and like shit and different, so they always have two per kind. There's always sweet and there's always unsweet. So yes, they should ask you if you want sweet or unsweet. Do you have to ask for sweet tea? Yes, I think I just explained that. If you go out, dining out somewhere, if you want sweet tea, you need to ask for sweet tea. The skull is badass. Well, thank you. Love your laugh, by the way. Your whole vibe is great. Probably why I'm still watching. Well, thank you. Some people vibe. Some people hate me. Some people can't stand me. Some people love me. If I vibe, then I'm your tribe. Now, hold on. I just got a smudge on my glasses. Now I can't see. Okay. To my they got me in this mess. I was referring to your praising your ancestors' statement. Your ancestors got you in a mess? How'd that one happen? I can't even see that. Hello from Greece. I am from America. What is good advice you could give me about witchcraft? Oh Lord, you should have been here earlier. I was giving some real good advice earlier. I'm trying to think of some other good advice that I didn't give earlier, so I'm not repeating myself. That's probably discernment, learn your herbs, learn your correspondences, learn your doctrine of signatures. Learn cleansing and protection before you learn anything else. And don't be scared. Everybody gonna fuck up. It's like riding a bike. You're gonna fucking fall off the first couple times. You're gonna fuck up. You're gonna skin a knee. You're gonna hit your head. Everybody fucks up. But don't be scared and don't, because everything's fixable. Like, damn near anything got a fucking remedy. So, you know, any kind of condition has a medicine or a remedy. Mostly. So don't be afraid, because pretty much anything can be fixed. I was here, but I want to have you say specifically for me. Oh, I think I did give you that. You're the one that was like feeling and seeing and was ignoring things. I think that was you. I'm pretty sure I gave you some really good advice. Yes. I've given you tons of good advice. If some of it doesn't make sense or you feel like it doesn't apply right now, just put it in your little gem bag and keep it for later, because at some point you're going to pull that gem out and be like, oh, that's what that was about. That's what this is for. I get it now. Yeah, always if something does not make sense or apply to your current time, just tuck it away. Because it will come into play at some point. At some point in your future, it will make sense. And you'll have a eureka moment and be like, aha! I get it now. I understand. Stand up? No. Actually, I will in a little bit because I gotta get some tea. But I do not take orders nor follow orders, so no. I don't think I can be fixed. Lost one to a death, discovered another scared. You must have high pain tolerance for them to, yeah. I mean, they still hurt. Still sucks. But, I was better when I was younger. The older I get, the lower my pain tolerance gets. I can't sit for as long as I used to. Don't think I can be fixed. Lost one to a death, discovered another. You're going to have to be a little more specific. If you want me to try and help you with whatever's going on, you're going to have to explain a little more, be a little more specific. I have no idea what you're talking about. What's the best way to dispose aftermath of spells? Disposal of spells is usually going to correspond with what the spell was for. Or if you're trying to bring something in or get rid of something. Good rule of thumb, if you're trying to bring something in, so money work, love work, protection, things that you want constantly coming through, pulling into you, beneficial things, you're going to want to keep that shit on your property. So if it's that kind of work, bury it, out in your yard by a tree, bury it under your porch, just keep it around, bury it around somewhere on your fucking property. If it's something you're trying to get rid of, like you're trying to send someone away, or you're removing negative shit, or banishing something, or anything like that, always get rid of it off your property. You don't want to keep that around. Something like that, it's best to throw it in something moving. Throw it in a running river. Throw it on a train headed out of town, or a tractor trailer going out of the state. Get it as far away from you as possible. Put it in something that's moving and moving away from you. On that premise, busy highway, you could throw it there. Again, a lot of times it's going to depend on the kind of work and what you're doing and where you're going to dispose of it. But just rule of thumb, if you're pulling something in, if it's beneficial, stays on the property. If it's removal, off the property. Wait a minute. Scrolling. Okay, here's a question. I used to be really into crystals, but as of recently, I haven't been connecting. Any reason? I'm not a crystal thumper. I'm not big into crystals. I don't really use crystals. I don't know a lot about crystals. I know a little bit, but not a lot. It's not my thing. I mean, some crystals kind of have a purpose, I think, but most of that stuff, I think it's just made up cock at it for to get your money. I think you can have much better work. You just go out and get you some fucking rocks. Go out and find your own rocks. Listen to the rocks, talk to the rocks, feel the rocks, and just find the fucking rock that's going to work for what the fuck you're doing. I'm not big on crystals. I'd much rather have a rock. I kind of think it's all kind of a scam, kind of a money making. Now some of them, there's something to it, like quartz crystal. There's science behind that, and a lot of witchcraft is science and alchemy, right? So you got these things; these go together. It's not all magical. A lot of shit we do is scientific, like it or not. So like quartz, there's been a lot of study on quartz. There's a lot to scientifically back up properties of quartz and the frequency that it vibrates at, the amount of information it can hold, stuff like that. Like some crystals, I think there's something to it, but a lot of the shit, moldavite is another good one. That one's, there's something to that, but a lot of this other shit, I don't think there's much. It's not my thing. I have better luck with a rock. I think you're wasting your money on all them crystals. That's my personal opinion. Y'all can disagree with me. If crystals are your thing and you love crystals, and you go fucking do your crystals. Just my personal opinion. I think it's a waste of money. I think you can do just as good, if not better, go out and get your own rocks. He sent me a riddle, right? Riddle me this. You reap what you sow kind of spell. If you catch my drift. So that's, again, that could be malicious or it could be beneficial. So whichever one it is. Like if you reap what you sow, that could be a good thing. You sow the seeds in the fall or in the spring, and you reap your fucking crop. That's a good thing. But you reap what you sow. Somebody's doing some bad shit, then that's a bad thing. Get rid of that. Off the property. Partner passed away 3 years ago. Met someone, feels good, but now person holds back. I'm still not clear on your question. You want the person not to hold back, or I'm still not clear on what exactly you're wanting here. Sorry, I'm being consistent, but if you just ask for sweet tea, how do you know the amount of sugar in it? You don't. If you're in the South and you ask for sweet tea, you can guarantee there's probably going to be a pound of sugar in the tea. If you're up north, in the west, in the east, anywhere but the South, and you ask for sweet tea, it's probably going to be tolerably, pleasantly sweet, like kind of a normal sweet. For me, it's still a little too sweet, as I like to ration my own sugar. Do I always get on sweet? I put my own sugar in it. Easy peasy. I know it's going to be just the way I like it. Not too sweet. Not too unsweet. Like, just right. In your South, it's going to be a pound of sugar in it. If you somewhere else in the country, it's probably a much more tolerable sweetness in the tea. But yeah, it's going to depend on where you are, on the sweetness of the tea. That I love their tea. Oh, y'all love your tea. I'm telling you. I like my tea too, but y'all are like tea fanatics over there. Yes, I was when I first started my practice, but I haven't been into it all. Just was curious. Maybe there's something better, and you shouldn't like, something is removed from us. It's usually for a reason. So if we had a desire for something and we no longer are into that thing, or have a desire for that thing, or have any interest in that thing, it's probably for a reason, because there's something else that we should be putting our attention and time and, everything into. Usually. I collect my rocks, and my kids find them for me too. Those are much more special. I'm telling you. Get you go find your own rocks. And every rock, from where it comes from is going to resonate from where it come from. So there's your river rocks, your mountain rocks, your railroad rocks, desert rocks, your swamp rocks. Like you get to all different kinds of rocks for all different kinds of energies to work with. Dirt, same way. Dirt's the same way. She's not doing readings. This is just informational things. Thank you for informing. What do you recommend for a safe, protected travel? I was talking about that earlier. So comfrey root or leaf root is better, but both will be fine, or either or would be fine. Comfrey root, number one for travel. I actually made a bag for my car that is fucking phenomenal. It does way more things than I anticipated it was gonna do. Like, I'm convinced that when I'm driving, I am invisible to police. I am fucking convinced of it, because I don't care how many cops I go past, I fly past. Care. It's like they don't fucking see me, like I'm fucking invisible. I never get fucking pulled over. Knock on fucking wood. That bag, it wasn't meant to do that. It was meant to protect me from misfortune and mishaps, like car accidents or tire blowing out or car breakdown, or it was supposed to be for that. But apparently cops can't see me. Yes, make you something good for your car. So yeah, you can make like a protection pouch for traveling to keep in your car. Just remember to keep it fed and don't just put it in there and forget about it. I also keep prepared chicken foot in my car. I keep a coffin nail cross in my car. Iron, always good to fucking have around for protection. And what was the other thing I keep in my car? Oh, wooden cross I made from Vencedor and prepared a certain way. Just say I don't really, knock on wood, again, I don't have car accidents and I seem to be invisible to police, so. Unexpected side effects. Still the sweet tea, I'll tell you, they are obsessed with tea. If I went to America, I'd probably start running up the walls with the amount of sugar. You need to run up the walls with the amount of sugar in everything. Everything in America is like loaded with sugar. Which is another reason, like, I don't need to drink my sugar. I put my own sugar, and so I ration my amounts of sugar, because if I leave it up to anybody else, everything is going to be loaded with fucking sugar. Not that I need to, like I don't have diabetes or nothing or anything like that, but I don't want it. So if I left it up to, the FDA and the American food consumerism corporations, and we'd probably all have diabetes. Everything in America is loaded with sugar. River rocks are phenomenal. For specific things, they are very good. Same as tarot, actually lost interest in that as well. I don't know what the hell is going on. So maybe, like I was saying earlier, maybe you need to put your focus on something else, something different, or maybe you have a block. Maybe you need to do some cleansing, some road opening, block busting removal, get your shit moving. But again, you might be at a spot where you're going to need to change, transform, which, like I said earlier, is usually destructive. So just be ready for that. Guess I just want to know if my new person is worth pursuing, or will it end with more heartbreak. Honey, I can't tell you that because I'm not doing readings. I can't. We're not doing readings. My readings are paid only, and I'm booked past New Year. I am book solid. I don't even have openings for readings for a long time. I have a lot of clients. Okay, me and my kid finally got a chance to move out of state, cutting ties with toxic fam and ex. Excellent. Excellent. You should change your TikTok name to T-Talk. T-Talk with Mama. It's actually my ex, the block you're referring to. Okay, so getting rid of that is a start, but there's probably a lot more that needs to be removed and cleared away, and new things will open up. I don't want no one or nothing to block or prevent it. Did I miss something? Oh, okay. So, I thought you did move. You said you got a chance to move and cutting ties. So you didn't actually move yet. And you don't want it to fuck up. Is what I'm gathering. Just looking for a little guidance. Again, I can't give you a reading. What I can tell you is if something is yours, if something has your name on it, if something is meant for you, you won't have to fight for it. You won't have to struggle for it. You won't have to question it. It should come very easily. It should be very natural. It should flow. You know what I mean? I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. If it's meant for you, it's for you. It has your name on it. It shouldn't be difficult. It should be easy if it's for you. If it's not easy, if it's difficult, if there's a lot of questions and doubt and like all this stuff, then it's not for you. It's not your door. Knock on another one. That's the best advice I can give you. I don't know. I can't give you a reading, honey. Okay, you haven't moved yet. Okay. When is the move planned? Just stay positive, and if it feels right, go for it. Well, that's another way to say what I said. If it's for you, you shouldn't have to struggle, fight, or question it. It should come very easily. Hello, Virgo Goddess. How are you this evening? Just got my approval letter, and now I'm gathering my documents. Maybe before the end of the year. Okay. So, I mean, a lot goes into moving spiritually, besides, all the fucking work. My God, I'm never going to have to move again. Absolutely get rid of anything that's going to tie you to your ex or that place that you're at. Do not carry the old baggage with you. Leave it behind. Get rid of it. Clear it away. Beyond that, make sure everything you pack and take with you is cleaned. And I mean physically and spiritually cleansed before you pack it up to move. Do not take your old broom or mop with you. When you get to your new place, the first thing you're going to do is buy a new broom and a new mop. You never take that old dirt with you to a new place. I don't know how far you're fucking traveling. But yeah, you can always put protections on your vehicle. You want to find romance, help. I mean, what do you want me to do about it? Go out there and look for it. Leaving with just the clothes and my little treasure. That's probably for the best. And as I was just explaining earlier that change and transformation is often very destructive. This is a good example. For all these good things your future holds, to move and transition to this new, better thing, your life is going to be completely uprooted and destroyed in order to make room for that new, better thing. It's always destructive. Just trust it. Trust it. You're doing positive moves for your family, so trust it. Just to make sure you read that, thank you for what you said, and you too, Kristen. You're welcome. I mean, I'm sorry I couldn't. Something just knocked on my window. I don't have any openings for readings, but you know, I got some advice, some life advice, I guess. That's what life is about, taking risks. I'm telling you. I guess you weren't here in the beginning when I was talking about when we're comfortable, we don't change because we're comfortable. We don't progress. We don't grow. We don't expand because we're comfortable. So in order to grow, we are made uncomfortable and things are destroyed, and it's very destructive. It's a very destructive process. If you think about like a seed, you plant a seed, it's in this little shell. That whole shell has to be blown apart and destroyed for that seed to grow and to its, glory of being this beautiful plant, of whatever plant it's going to be. But first the destruction happens. First it's got to destroy what it was to become what it will be, and that's often the case with many things. I'll be in town where no one knows me. We don't know the street names. It's a restart. That's what we did. We don't know nobody down here. Don't know a fucking single soul. Just picked up and left. Everyone and everything. But it's awesome. It's awesome starting over with, from scratch, with no ties, no people, learning all new things and new places and new energies and new people, and it's fun. It's great. Just make sure you don't fall back into old patterns once you get your new things. Don't go back. Don't fall back into old patterns. Keep growing. Keep moving. It's a fresh start. Make it the best for you and your little ones. Hello, hip hop. How are you tonight? I've only been on here like an hour and 20 minutes, and it seems like it's been so much longer than that for some reason. Y'all got daylight savings time. Fucked me up today. I forgot to set my clock before I went to bed. I woke up all kinds of fucked up. And y'all know in Arizona, they don't do daylight savings. I didn't know this. I found out last night because my friend lives there. I was like, don't forget to set your clocks back. She's like, we don't do that here. And I'm like, what the fuck what do you mean you don't do it there? So, like, you guys are on a completely different time than, like, the rest of the fucking country. Like, how does that work? I don't know. I don't fucking understand. But it fucked me up. Fucked me up. They don't. They don't. Nope. They do not. I was like, well, I don't... How the fuck do you do that? How do you just be on a different time from the rest of the country? She just said they don't do it there. I'm like, okay. She just moved there too, so apparently it's a new thing for her, but yeah. She's like, they don't do it in Arizona. Arizona, that's something the universe has been showing me, but I don't know what it means. I don't know either. It could be many things. Many different things. I couldn't live in Arizona. I could not. Like, my friend I'm talking about lives in Arizona. My ear just started ringing. I don't think I should talk about what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, she told me you can't find trees or bushes or anything in Arizona that has green on it that doesn't have thorns on it. And she's like, anything that's green has fucking thorns on it. Like big, massive thorns. I was going to say why she told me about that, but I don't think I should do it. Anyway, yeah. Like there's no greenery in Arizona without thorns, apparently. She's having a hell of a time. I couldn't live there. I couldn't live in a desert. I couldn't live where it's not green and it's thorny. I couldn't live it. I had another friend that lived in Arizona for many years, and she would tell me, like, there was always sand in her house. Couldn't get rid of it. There was always sand and dust in her house, and they had sand bugs, I think is what she called them. Like, some kind of bugs that live in the sand in Arizona, and they're just in your house all the time because there's sand in your house all the time and you can't keep it out. I don't know. I can live there. I gotta live now. In fact, one of the things I loved about moving to Mississippi was that it very much reminds me of Pennsylvania. I've traveled pretty much everywhere in the entire country, and some other countries too. Mississippi is the state most like Pennsylvania that is in the South. Like, of course, you go to Vermont and Connecticut and like Maine, and those places are kind of similar to Pennsylvania, but they're up north and they're really fucking cold. For the South, Mississippi very much reminds me of Pennsylvania, except that there's no mountains. But it seems like there's mountains. It's weird. I can't describe it. Like, if y'all ever driven in the mountains, you know what mountain roads are like, right? They're curvy, they're twisty, they're windy. You go up and you go down, and it's like they're crazy roads that go through the mountains. And those are the roads I grew up on. The roads in Mississippi are kind of the same way. Like, you get on the back roads, it's like being on a mountain road, and all the trees and the foliage and the greenage and like all it very much reminds me of the mountain. It very much reminds me of Pennsylvania, but there's no mountain. It just feels like there's a mountain. Probably doesn't make any sense, but it reminds me very much of Pennsylvania. What took you to Mississippi? We didn't want to deal with snow anymore, basically, mostly. Cannot be shoveling snow anymore. Cannot deal with that fucking cold anymore. The taxes are extremely motherfucking cheap. And when I say extremely motherfucking cheap, you wouldn't believe how fucking cheap our fucking property taxes and everything else is down here. Another thing down here, it is very free. While they're doing a lot of things like taking freedoms away from women and doing things like that, in other areas, there's a lot of fucking freedom. In all sorts of areas. If you're not a woman, getting aggravated, I don't even want to get on this fucking topic. For example, we don't have vehicle inspections. You can drive a rusty old fucking jalopy with 3 fucking wheels down the road and nobody's going to say a motherfucking word. There's no vehicle inspections in Mississippi. I like that. That's freedom. There's no gun licensing in Mississippi. You can just go down to the store and buy a gun and walk around and carry it. No license. So while some things are not free-ish, other things are very free down here compared to other parts of the country. There are a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons I moved down here. Then I kind of wanted to immerse myself because I know the northern folk magic traditions. I was born and raised in this shit. I know this shit. I had a mentor or several for southern root work, for Conjure, for shit like that. And I was born and raised in the northern kind of shit. And I'm like, you know what? Let me immerse myself in the southern folk magic and folklore and the energy of the South and like all that shit. That was another, a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons why we moved down here. Most of them are good, some of them are bad, but no vehicle inspection, no. 0. And you're supposed to have insurance, but like majority of people don't because they don't ask you for it when you register your vehicle. They don't, most states, they're like you got to prove insurance to get your vehicle registered. You don't do that here. You just go pay for it and you get your sticker and that's it. You don't got to show anything. So a lot of people don't even have insurance. No gun licensing. Nope. None. I could walk down to the pawn shop right now, buy a gun, and just carry it. Nothing. No license. I'm sure they might still do some kind of check or something, but you don't need any kind of license or training to carry a weapon down here. So that's pretty cool. And it doesn't have to be open carried either. You can conceal carry. And you don't need any kind of, permit or license or anything. Pretty fucking cool. One thing I don't like about down here, this is going to be my first year voting. We don't have early voting in Mississippi, that's fucking stupid. Like, you got to physically get up and go down to a polling station on Tuesday and vote and stand in line and be around all these fucking people trying to do the same thing at the same time on the same day. There's no early voting, which fucking sucks. Because I wanted to go last week and beat the fucking crowds, but no, I gotta go be around all these fucktards on fucking Tuesday. Been very drawn to the South as well for many reasons. Maybe someday I'll be fortunate. Yeah, I like the swamps and there's all kinds of... The energy of the South is very different. It's kind of a culture shock moving south if you're from the North. Kind of an extreme culture shock. When I first got here, I was like, damn, like, the shit's just out in the open, like... Especially like racisms and stuff, and it's just in your face, and nobody fucking says anything. I was just like, damn, like I can't believe all the people of color down here ain't fucking rioting every goddamn fucking day because they just live like that. I guess they're used to it. I don't know. It's a culture shock. It's a culture shock. One thing I will say about the South, it's true that people are friendlier. People are obnoxiously friendly in the South, and when you're from the North, you're not used to that. You're used to, you don't talk to people, you mind your own fucking business, you do your own fucking thing, you go on your fucking merry way. No, down here, everybody's gonna fucking talk to you. I don't care what you're doing. Everybody's gonna fucking talk to you. The first time we came down looking at houses, we were at this little like bistro thing, like in the morning, like having coffee and shit. We were sitting out on this little patio. Every motherfucker that walked by greeted us. Hey, how y'all doing today? It's a beautiful day, ain't it? Where y'all from? Where y'all, like, every person that walked by, we were like, why? What's, like, people are talking to us. It's different. It's very different. And I've been here going on 4 years, and I went back to Pennsylvania at the end of April. Yeah, it was the very end of April, like first week of May-ish. I went back home. Oh my God, people are so fucking rude. Like, I'm telling you, it is a completely different world from north to south. It is completely fucking different. And people are so different. It was, oh my God, people were rude in PA. So, and I'm not used to that anymore, apparently, because it, like, I noticed it. It was, people was rude. Oh, Lord. I will be right back, y'all. I'm going to grab, my cup is empty. So just bear with me. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. And yes, I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in it. A little bit, like 1 spoonful.